Welcome back. You're watching News X. I'm Madhya Pradesh. The Madhya Pradesh High Court has reserved its order on plea seeking cancellation of the bail granted to Giribala Singh, mother-in-law of former model and actor Twisha Sharma, as the CBI accused her of attempting to influence the investigation and shape public perception through the media appearances. The hearing witnessed sharp arguments from Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared before the court during proceedings linked to the high-profile death case that has triggered nationwide attention. This comes as the Central Bureau of Investigation informed the High Court that it required custodial interrogation of Giribala Singh and pressed for cancellation of her bail. Manav Sharma, Twisha's cousin, is joining us live. Manav, how do you react to how the hearing proceeded today in court?
Well, honestly, over anything, we're just happy that things are moving clearly now, and that there is an actual understanding that there has been such a large pattern of influence and malpractice, and that it is coming to light. And we're getting more positive news uh, also after the funeral. So stuff has been going better, and we do believe that it is going to be in our direction.
Right. Also, Manav, as far as the arguments put forth today, even the Solicitor General actually really argued very emphatically against the bail given to Giribala Singh earlier, and of course also made a strong case for its cancellation, saying that why should this happen. Also, many of the arguments were actually on the media appearances as well, attempting to prejudice the investigation. Her media appearances and her versions being put forward have also been cited as grounds of cancellation of a bail. How do you look at those arguments that were put in court today?
So there's a statement to be made where there is one side from us where we want her bail to be cancelled, and the other side is that her bail should be cancelled as per the law and as per the pattern of malpractice that we've been seeing from her end, and that is coming to light now. And obviously, we cannot do anything about the words that she has said about somebody who is now dead and somebody who is also her daughter-in-law. The only thing that we can hope for and that we get to see is justice that has been due for a while now being served. So it is positive to see, definitely, people being on our side in such a way, especially the Solicitor General. So we do hope for better things moving ahead as they have been currently.
Do you believe, Manav, that that this is needed? The custodial interrogation of Giribala Singh is needed,
Absolutely,
and
yes.
will be crucial for the CBI?
Yes, she is an associate to a crime that she is so heavily involved in. We have been in Bhopal. I have been in Bhopal for a very long time. I just got back. I have seen things that no one should go through from a judiciary perspective. And it's been quite a reality check where it does not matter where you come from, whether you're educated or whatnot. People can influence things very easily and abuse their power, which is clearly what has happened. So she absolutely needs to be in jail.
What has
Her
hurt
son
you
was
the
on the
most?
run for 10 days, and him surrendering is obviously something that was also needed.
Yes.
She herself also did not show up in court, which, to be fair, she's allowed to do so by her legal rights. But it just goes to show you that this is a
What has
cowardly
hurt you
woman
the
with a
most? What
cowardly
has
son.
hurt you? What has hurt you the most about what may have been said by the legal defense of Samarth, or has been said by Giribala Singh the most about your cousin?
Everything that she has said, an outright lie, and other than it being a lie, the severe amount of disrespect to somebody who is dead, not even accounting for the fact that it is my own sister, but somebody who can go on national television and say all of these things without any feeling of remorse or guilt. It's genuinely appalling. And you see these people and you say that, oh, they may be educated. She used to be a judge, her son is a lawyer, but these people are just cowards. And when you're in a corner like this, you have nothing else to do but attack. It has been extremely painful hearing all of these things and everything that pops up on social media from utter crap that comes out of her mouth. But again, that's the only thing she has for herself. She has absolutely no dignity, no kind of respect, nothing.
Yes. Also, now the CBI team is moving fast with their investigation. Today they were recreating the crime scene along with Samarth as well. Are you satisfied with how that is progressing now as well?
We are really happy with the way things are progressing, and we just want as much clarity as possible from the Central Bureau. And this is absolutely what we wanted the CBI to intervene, and we are really grateful for this. And things are just going to come to light. It's also been in the report that Summers has been misleading them as per
Okay.
what has been going on, and also with correspondence to his abscondence of 10 days. So this is absolutely necessary, and things are going to get right because of this.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us with your perspective, Manav Sharma, on this discussion. Let me also bring in now Sukumar Padjoshi, senior advocate, onto the broadcast. Nirmal Kaur, former IPS officer, is also joining us live now. Sukumar Padjoshi, we've seen, of course, the arguments made today. The order has now been reserved. What stood out for you in the hearing today when attempts were made to cancel Giribala Singh's bail by the prosecution?
Process of law. Since the investigating agency has been changed and CBI has come into the picture, and they're asking for the custody and for custodial interrogation. Arguments from either sides advanced, and the order is reserved. As you know, I am also under a restraint to say many things. Supreme Court yesterday observed, as you know, that the investigation should move as per law and procedure. And also the courts have already reserved verdicts and the hearings have taken place. Learned Solicitor General, Mr. Mehta, has vehemently argued. In fact, his sentiments he had expressed yesterday before Supreme Court also, and same thing he poured out there. For a fair investigation, whatever is required, that has been argued on behalf of the prosecution and on behalf of the victims. Also, that by discussing many things in the media, as per Supreme Court's request, we are also involving ourselves in prejudging certain issues. So let's not do that. But I'm saying that I'm sure the law will take its own course. The Court of Law has reserved orders. Tomorrow we'll see that. But I think this is a case where the CBI will need to interrogate a bit more. You know, after the Supreme Court's order today, the developments.
Do you believe the grounds have been laid though for the cancellation of bail? Would you be of course, while we don't want to preempt the judge, but do you believe that is looking pretty likely now?
Grounds have been very well laid there, and there could be, because if the investigation team requires that certain investigation has to be done in the custody, the court, after examining whether the veracity thereof, because the stage is very initial, after the second autopsy and after that 25th May hearing of the Supreme Court, if you recall, there is a re-registration of FIR. So everything has restarted in a way. A special crime unit team of CBI has started investigating. So therefore, I think the court will look into these things, and also considering the background of the people who are allegedly the offenders.
Okay.
So probably, in fact, there may be a necessity for that, and the court is well, in fact, considering the grounds and the witness. should not be influenced or something. Well,
Absolute. Hold that thought. Let me get in Nirmal Kaur as well. Nirmal Kaur, according to you, do you believe the custodial interrogation is necessary at this stage of Giribala Singh? Is that the need of the hour, according to you, for the investigation to proceed further?
Yes, on the face of it, prima facie, it appears to be so. Why so? Because there have been so many discrepancies, the kind of cover-up she has been attempting, sending people to get CCTV footage even from the beauty parlor, the spa next door, and so many other things, calling judges, making 40 calls within the first hour of her, I mean, not even informing her parents, but informing, getting in touch with other influential people in the community, and the kind of social capital she wields in the area, the kind of political influence she has, the kind of post she has held, the kind of, kind of rutba the family has in that area. Mother being a district judge, now she's a consumer court judge, of the district consumer court, and then she's heading the district consumer court. Father is a criminal lawyer. Son was absconding for 10 days, and, so many things. And also, the second postmortem revealed injuries which were not there in the first postmortem. That means the first postmortem must have been managed. I mean, despite with a lot of clamoring, with a lot of the whole nation praying, they could get an order to get a second postmortem, and that revealed many kinds of injuries and the kind of arrogance that one has seen coming from the family on the TV while addressing the media. Because when you are granted anticipatory bail, you are supposed to cooperate with the investigation. You are supposed to not try and influence the outcome of the investigation, which she very much did. She was happily leading a media trial on the this kind of thing on the national TV, that assassinating her character, assassinating,
Yes.
calling her a drug addict. So all those things really leave a bad taste in the mouth for a girl, who's not there
Absolutely,
to defend
and which is
herself,
why the family
and
has
who's
been
being
very
a
upset,
daughter.
as we heard today as well, with the cousin's statements earlier at the start of the show. All right, more breaking news coming in a major statement during the hearing in the Twisha Sharma death case. The Madhya Pradesh government told the High Court that the injury marks mentioned in a post-mortem report could have resulted from a scuffle or struggle before her death. So there is a possibility of a scuffle or struggle that occurred before her death. That is what the Madhya Pradesh government's lawyers have said today in court today. Prakhar Jain?
Yes, so Uday, lawyer today in the High Court have stated there were marks on the different body parts of Twisha Sharma, including head and elbow. So, according to this post-mortem report, lawyers argued that there may be something mishap happened before Twisha died, which also includes some struggle also, but needs to be investigated further. The lawyers from government side, Solicitor General, also argued that to investigate the marks, why those marks were on Twisha's body, it is necessary to question Giriwala Singh and to take her in custody. Right now, if we say CBI has took over whole of the case and intensified the probe. Also, Samarth Singh's custody is of 2 days. So the CBI is trying to fast track the things, fast track the inquiry, fast track the questioning. So today court has refrained to give the verdict. They have court has reserved its verdict, but today CBI has questioned Giriwala Singh because of because of these every fact which has been cleared by the postmortem report, including the head injuries and elbow injuries. CBI today has questioned both Samarth Singh and Giriwala Singh, taking them face to face at the crime scene, by recreation of crime scene. They have investigated minute to minute happening of 12th May, which also includes the phone call, as family earlier alleged, and in court also family has alleged that the injury along with injury marks on the phone call, last phone call with her mother, when Twisha was talking to her mother, Samarth Singh's voice was raised in the background. He was shouting from the background, but in the statement to SIT, Samarth Singh has claimed that he was asleep when
this is another development, Nirmal Kaur, that the Madhya Pradesh government's lawyers hint at possibly the post-mortem report injuries which are mentioned, the marks which have come out in her post-mortem report could be sustained due to a scuffle or struggle before the death. Is that something that needs to be looked at now?
Prima facie, what we saw in the media, there were some very vicious marks on her wrists as well. And, the photos of the dead body that were being shown on the media and TV channels and all. And one always, one had a feeling that it is a murder which has been made to look like hanging, because maybe she was just hit or she was comatose and then she was hung by that belt. And definitely then hanging is antemortem, because her blood was still circulating. The clots will come the way they happen when a living person is hung. But maybe she was forcibly put up there. We don't know. Investigation will show and the real truth will come out. I hope so. In the, because media has fought very hard for her. The people of the country are really shocked at this kind of a thing happening to very much one of their own, So that shows how our girls are still treated and how strong patriarchy and these kind of values are there, where, the girls are being taught to adjust, even if they are being beaten up, they are being abused, they are everything, She's being called a prostitute, she's been given tanas that this child is not his, the child belongs to someone else. All kinds of things that are coming up. Mother-in-law herself came on national TV to declare her a schizophrenic and a drug addict, and a woman of loose character, and that she was doing sexual favors to people to get ahead in life, or is she continuing to do that? Some funny things like that she said, which is not maintaining the dignity at all. They're respectable people. She's herself been restricted.
Yes.
Dignity to the death, at least.
Yes.
Death should get some dignity.
Okay. In fact, also today, the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared for the state government, told the court that there were injuries on the wrist, elbow and head. He also argued the postmortem report indicates these injuries could not have occurred while the body was being taken down. So, Sukumar Pajoshi, clearly, the Solicitor General also indicated in his arguments that the postmortem injuries referred to have happened before death. In fact, he said that it's something that perhaps could not have occurred while the body was being taken down. So it had happened before she passed away.
Yes, the court in fact asked whether the injuries were ante-mortem. The state replied, in fact, in the affirmative, and that's a very serious concern, said that the postmortem report records such injuries. So this on record. And the state also argued that these injuries could have occurred after death or while the body was being taken down. So possibility cannot be ruled out, but this is in fact not one of the grounds today for whether the bail will be refused or bail will be granted. The conditions, because what Madam Nirmala said is about the the way they're portraying in the social media, etc., saying that maligning the victim and also creating a story, creating a alibi, so that in fact they're influencing the investigation. So for that reason, purely the bail should be cancelled. So that's a major ground for that, and that is what is to be seen. Other things, in fact, the investigators will find out. There will be, I hope, and seriously, that after the CBI has come, the investigation should be fairly and impartially done without being influenced by any of this drama which has already been done to malign the person and also to influence the witnesses. To the CCTV footage also shows that the veracity of that and the manipulation, if any, done, should be the grounds today. In fact, otherwise these marks, etc., that is for the punishment and later on what will happen. But that will not be a ground to refuse or not refuse a bail.
Stay with us. Yes. In fact, we're getting more news coming in now. The Madhya Pradesh government has also alleged in court that Twisha's mother-in-law and husband repeatedly taunted her over what they claimed was inadequate spending by her family on their wedding. Remember, earlier revelations also stated that Giribala Singh had demanded 2 lakh rupees from Twisha's family at the time of the Vidai ceremony during the wedding. So it seems, Prakhar, that the Madhya Pradesh government has also put this argument in court today that she was repeatedly taunted for lack of spending by her family at her wedding. Giribala Singh and Samarth Singh repeatedly taunted her. In fact, it had come out earlier also that money was asked from her family, and quite a lot of it during her vidai.
Yeah, Uday, these were also the allegations from Twisha's family earlier of 2 lakh of dowry demand. The family has alleged this thing. Today in the court, Madhya Pradesh government also argued the same. This is after investigating the technical evidences, call records, WhatsApp chats, and somewhat CDRs were also investigated before this argument was made. Earlier agency, that is SIT, when investigating the case, they have recorded the statements also. They have cross-verified the statements with technical evidences such as call records and CDR. So there is something concrete which has been recovered by the investigating agencies during this period, after which Solicitor General and Madhya Pradesh government have argued the same in the court, which has been earlier alleged. But Uday, this is also to be noted that Giriwala Singh in her earlier media interactions have denied these claims. She had told media earlier that 7.5 lakh was transferred to Twisha's family, to the Twisha's account. But that is not a case which has been argued in the court. So I guess there is less technical evidence found by the investigating agencies, and this is a very strong ground in which the anticipatory bail of Giriwala Singh could be cancelled when the High Court's verdict comes in. But for now,
stay with us.
Stay with us.
Manika Mehrotra, Twisha's friend, is also joining us now live. Manika, today there have been a lot of arguments made, of course, during this hearing, which is seeking to cancel Giribala Singh's anticipatory bail. How do you react to how that hearing progressed today?
Sir, as a common person, as an ordinary person of this nation, I would not get into technicalities and legalities because I'm not very aware of all these things. But definitely, she's one of the accused, and her bail should be cancelled as soon as possible because she has got plenty of time. The delay in writing the FIR, firstly, it took 3 days. Then from the first hearing, she got an anticipatory bail, and then she got 10 days to whatever she could. And we can see that she had made 42 calls just the next day after Twisha's death on 13th of May. And she has also tempered the CCTV footage, which all of us are well aware of, that it has been doctorated by her. So I think now it's a high time that she should be arrested, and her bail should be cancelled because she is influencing everything, and she can cause a lot of trouble. And she is one of the accused, and definitely she should be behind the bars.
Okay. Manika, also now the news coming out of the court today that there is now this suspicion that the injuries were of a struggle that happened before her death, that there are doubts being put forth by the lawyers of the Madhya Pradesh government that it happened after her death. They were not injury marks when her body was being taken down from that rope that her family says, that her in-laws say that she died from because of suicide. But it was actually because of a struggle or were caused to her before death.
Yes.
What do you make of that serious assertion being made today by the lawyers?
Sir, again, I would say I'm a common person and I'm not into many legalities and technicalities. But as a layman also, when I saw the marks on her neck, I could make out that it's something of a struggle. It's not something that that can happen due to hanging oneself. It was definitely that she was struggling, and I could make out that somebody was strangling her from behind and she was defending her. But it was very evident and very clear. I don't know. It was. I'm very annoyed with the initial things proceeded initially, because first of all, the mother-son duo did not inform the police firstly, and then second, they took when they took Twisha to the hospital, they left her and went home. And they went home conveniently and got plenty of time to destroy and temper the evidences.
Yes.
3 days are enough, sir. 3 days and 10, in fact, 12 days for the second postmortem. 12 days are a lot for second postmortem. And now, and I know Twisha personally, I've known her for 14 years. She was such a strong person. She was not meek. She was not weak.
Also, this
she
news
would have
coming
fought
in.
for herself, definitely.
Also, this news coming in that, regular taunts were made to her because of her family's lack of spending at the wedding.
Not just spending, sir.
Also, there was money asked.
Also.
And there was money asked during the Vidai as well, reportedly.
Before, not at Vidai, sir, at before getting the Bharat only. The Bharat were delayed. They were waiting for the Bharat from 1:30 and they came at 3:45. And initially also they made this excuses that the arrangements were not for their standard, and they were made to stay at army setup. So they were very annoyed because of that. And firstly, not just money, they were taunting for her standards, for her education, for her weight, for her career choices also initially, that she was not supposed to make a public account. She, being an actor and a model, initially she had a public account, but Giribala had problems with that also, sir. That her modeling photos are on the social media, and that her account is public, but initially only she said it won't be allowed. So Twisha said, okay, fine, if you don't like it. She told it to me that Amma doesn't like it. So she deactivated her public account for a while.
Okay.
She was doing everything possible to make it happen.
Yeah.
And first postmortem also, everything is very fishy here, and it disappoints me because I am someone who's proud to be an Indian, and seeing how my nation's system is going, doing so much wrong with my own friend, it really disheartens me.
Okay. Well, now the CBI investigation though is underway and things are progressing, so we have to wait and watch how this pans out. For the time being, thank you, Manika, for joining us with your perspective.